Hey everyone, this is Daniel. This is another devlog. I'm just going to talk about what I've been doing lately and the new expansion. I hadn't done one of these for a while because I had to replace my hard drive a few months ago and I just never bothered setting up all my stuff again. But I've got all my notes about what I've been doing. So recently I finished the Halloween event, which was pretty fun. It had a bunch of tasks to complete and you earn points, and then there's some rewards like this event badge, which is that overused joyful panel skull, and then a couple new rigs. And I'm happy that a bunch of people participated, and I wasn't even sure if some people were going to get the 3,000 points for that deluxe rig, but a few people did, so that's good. I had no idea how hard this was going to be, and it was kind of a risk because there was so much involved, but I'm happy that seemed to work out. The other thing that's new is this workshop integration. What? That is not the button I wanted. Just allowing you to view tracks in the arcade, workshop tracks that you don't have, and download them here. So I'm just hitting enter. I don't have the sound on because I just don't want to talk over it, but that seems to work out pretty well so far. Where are my notes? So that's what I've done recently. I haven't worked on the Olokun dive expansion for a while, but that's what I want to work on right now. I've got that and the arcade style controller. That's kind of what I'm doing now. So this week I finally finished the cutouts for the controller. I wonder if I can even find that. Oh yeah. I just had to make this Inkscape file with all of the pieces cut out, and I checked and double checked that I have all these pieces correct. I can send this off to laser cutter where they cut all these parts out of this 1/4 inch fiberboard. It's like a coated with plastic fiberboard. It's pretty good. I think it's gonna take another week or so to get that back, and then I'll see if everything actually fits together nicely. And if it does, then that will be the first prototype. If not, then I might have to, hack at it a bit to get it together. Then I'll just use that one. We'll see. As far as Olokun Dive, I have a bunch of plans, a bunch of changes. I haven't worked on it for a while, but since I've had a lot of time to think about it, I have a lot of changes I want to make. I'm scrolling so I can see past my camera, but I want to come up with some new graph generation, and I wonder if I have yeah, I do. I have like an idea for, I threw together this like spreadsheet really quickly of what it might look like. I don't have any idea like what the actual mechanics will be, but I've been playing a lot of Rogue Legacy 2, and basically I'm stealing every idea from that game. So I have, I want to split the whole map into a bunch of areas, distinct areas, and have some like gates between them. And there's two major differences. I want to, well, three, I guess. I want to split it into these separate areas. I want the areas to be much bigger. In the current like alpha test, I don't really have that much fun going down through the missions because you don't have a lot of choices about where to go. So I want to add many more missions and give you different ways to go through. So if there's tracks you don't want to do or whatever, you can kind of go around. I think that'll be a lot more fun. It's going to be a lot larger. Let's see, what other ideas do we have? There's going to be teleporters that you unlock so that currently when you die, it just resets the entire mission grid. But what I want to do is when you reach these teleporter points, after you die, you can warp straight back to where you were. Again, it's just like in Rogue Legacy 2, I'm just stealing ideas, but I think that'll be a really good idea. It'll give you a sense of progression. Now that you've unlocked a teleporter, you can like jump ahead. Let's see. I want to be able to use workshop tracks, and that will give you a lot more variety in tracks rather than just the standard ones. There's things to figure out there, like if you if a workshop track changes and it's no longer verified, or someone deletes it or whatever, or if you uninstall it, I will have to obviously fill in that mission with another track of a similar difficulty, but I don't see that being too much of a problem. I do want to have like distinct areas, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that. One thing I want to accomplish, down here at the bottom I said, oh no, here, I kind of want this to be new player friendly, so there might be like at the start tutorials and stuff that you can access, maybe optionally. I don't want players to have completed any part of the first campaign. Like, I want everyone to feel like they can just buy it and dive right in. I don't want to do any like gatekeeping. Let's see, I gotta go in order. I'm thinking about all the different resources. Now, the health bar in the game, it doesn't really lend itself to this type of roguelike experience so much. Usually your health like recovers extremely slowly and it's like you're slugging through, but that's not really new player friendly to have a really hard health bar like that. So I was thinking about adding a second resource called like oxygen, and maybe this is something that slowly depletes whenever you take damage, and it's a much slower resource. It will slowly deplete as you miss, and you can do multiple different types of missions, and when you run out of oxygen, then maybe that's when you die, quote unquote, and need to restart. So adding a new resource like that, it seems like a good idea to get what I want, to keep it, you know, not too hard for new players because they're not fighting against a really hard health bar, but also you just have another resource you have to watch out for, and maybe there'll probably be ways to like recover it. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe you recover oxygen after each mission success or something like that. And then I really like the idea of finding random upgrades in the world, like different, what are they called in? I don't know. But you'll just find things like, well, I haven't thought of what they'd be, but I thought there'd be another resource, maybe called stability, like, which as you find these upgrades in the mission grid, you can kind of purchase them for stability. Like maybe you'll start with 100%, and you know, different ones will have different costs, like 20% stability will give you an upgrade that, you know, lets you recover health or something, and you have that until the end, you know, for the rest of that playthrough. Let's see, I'm not sure about what I'm doing about difficulty. I kind of want to remove the difficulty choice. I'm not sure how to make that interesting. For maybe you'll choose difficulty at the very beginning, so you know, experienced players can start on a higher difficulty or something. I don't know, I'm scrolling so I can see. There's a lot of save game bugs right now. People are telling me they're losing their progress. Obviously, I'm going to have to fix that. I don't know what the bugs are right now. One thing I'm probably gonna do, oh, I didn't write it here, but I definitely want to have separate save slots. I've talked about this before. I want to have more than one slot per campaign, and that way I can do stuff like I can have an Olokun dive event where you start from scratch and everybody's playing in one event campaign, and maybe there's like a leaderboard and stuff. That will be fun, but that requires me to do multiple different saves slots per campaign. And then I did have, I want to really change the whole upgrade system. Currently there's a bunch of kind of randomish items you can get in the game, but I don't like that system. I kind of want to just make a bunch of fixed items that you can find, more powerful ones as you go. I kind of want to get rid of that random gear thing I was trying to do. I don't like it. I had ideas about like crafting and stuff, but I don't want to do that. Also, there were items that you could get to allow you to modify the grid, make it bigger or more difficult. I kind of don't like that either. What I'm thinking now is that if you beat the game, then you'll have a chance to restart with like a new game +1, so everything will be harder, something like that. I think that's all. Due to the bigger grid size, there's going to be more repetition in tracks, but I think I'd rather have, rather than trying to do a big gradient of track difficulties, I'd rather the missions get harder and harder, mostly as you go down through the, go down deeper through all the areas. I think that's it. And I talked about the arcade style controller already. It's finally come together. I'm finally getting parts. I think I like literally have, well, once I get the pieces, I'll have everything I need to make one and finally ship. I don't know how, what am I, like a year late? I don't know. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm excited to be working on all this new stuff. The new campaign, I'm glad to have time to think about it and have all these new ideas. I think it's gonna be better like this, so we'll see. Thanks for watching, thanks for playing. I'll see you guys later for more updates, hopefully. Bye.